Ho, 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 and welcome to the Holiday Spectacular edition of NSU SportsBeat. I'm Santa Claus Michael Laderman, along with the jolly Dr. Pat Feely. Dr. Pat, may I be the first to say very happy holidays to you, sir?
Same to you.
Thank you. I'm sure you'll be spending this holiday season up in beautiful Babson Park, Florida, with you and yours and your friends and family. I myself will be still in Plantation, Florida, residing in the place where I've resided for 29 years, not going anywhere, but that's another story. We got a great holiday show today. We're going to be giving away gifts later on. Caller 10, dial now to get that free gift on NSU SportsBeat. It's going to be fun, but before that, let's talk about the fall sports, Pat. I mean, we're still going on right now at the time of this taping, but we got 3 teams going to regional championship tournaments, and of course cross country doing really good. Let's look back on the fall regular seasons though as to how they did, because it was really a good year, wasn't it?
It was. You look back at the development of volleyball and women's soccer, both those teams. Slow start early on, came out at the end, both going to the regionals. You got men's soccer, great year. They're even hosting the regional. And then you got cross country, a young cross country team sending 4 runners to the nationals.
Well, I'll tell you, let's start out with the men's soccer team. And when I look back on 97, 98, when I think about men's soccer, I'm going to think about just how they went in and out of the national ratings all year long. And not because of good play and then bad play. They had good play all year long. It's just because of the matter of the mood of the ratings guys when they did the rating system. I mean, let's face it, men's soccer, they start out the year not ranked in the top 25. They're an honorable mention pick. 1 week after that, they have an amazing week. They go to number 6 in the nation. Week after that, they go to number 14 in the nation. Week after that, they are completely out of the top 25. A week after, do you see a pattern here, Pat? A week after that, they go back up to number 11, then into the top 20. I mean, this was in, out all year long, and that's what I'm going to remember about this season.
Yeah. I'll remember the week that was, the week that we knocked off Barry at home, Division II Barry. Then you get Flagler and Life. Flagler in the top 25, Life in the top 10.
And both at home.
Yeah, both at home. Knocked those teams off all in the span of a week. That jolted us up to number 6 in the ratings. But then you also look back, and I'll remember the injuries. This team didn't have a full complement of players for the whole year. Early on, you had some injuries. Gus Bravo, Warren Bloise. Get them back, then you lose Christian Cabillas to a season-ending knee injury.
I'll tell you, Pat, this was a great year for the lads. A year that, when they look back on 1997-98, it's going to be a year that they will never forget.
Well, looking back on this season, I'll probably remember that we got the chance to play the top teams this year. We got the majority of teams that we played were in the top 10 of national rankings. So we got to play teams like Life, Montgomery, Alabama, Birmingham Southern, well-known teams that we never got a chance to play in the past, and that really did a lot for us this year.
I think we had a great relationship, especially the wit, the cracks, the little jockstrap itches with the bangers and all of that. The breaking into the rookies, the shaving their heads, all of that.
The greatest memory of the season is going to be how close our team is when we go away, and here in the cafeteria we eat lunch together almost every day. On the road trips, when I sit down at dinner, I can sit next to anybody, have just the greatest time with whoever it is.
When we did freshman initiation, we have 4 or 5 freshmen, which we wanted to embarrass them by shaving their head pretty much. And it turns out that they came out looking better than how they came in, because their haircuts were so horrible that they came out with a nice fade. They were actually happy about it. They're actually asking us to initiate them again, because their hair grew out.
Everyone seems to get along well. I mean, there's no like divisions or fractions within the group, within the team, like you normally do have. Certain players, only hang out with certain other players. I think everyone, for the most part, likes each other on and off the field, and we definitely had some fun times on the road trips.
I probably remember this team, a bunch of good guys. It's probably the first team I've ever played on that everyone really likes each other, and they like coming out here every day and playing with each other.
We got a lot of experience. We got a lot of chances to bring our level up to that level that has to be a contender every year. So hopefully next year we'll get the same opportunities, and I was really thankful that we had such a great schedule.
Well, the goal we scored against St. Thomas in the regional semifinal was a prime example of the camaraderie that we had. It came from the goalkeeper to the sweeper to the midfielder, Cliff Cameron, who played it to Goffi, took his guy on, flipped it to me, I just disposed of my man and put it in the back of the net. And it was just business as usual.
We fought through a lot of injuries and ups and downs that we pulled each other through, and I'll definitely remember this for a long time.
On the serious note, I think a great memory that's going to stick out in my mind from this team when I look back on it in like 10 years is that how everybody knew that we could be a great team, that we had what it took to get to the top, and we performed when the time came to do it.
Let's switch over now to the women's soccer side of things. And Pat, Nova Southeastern had a great regular season as well. A lot of memories there.
They do indeed. When I look back at it, I'll think about how the team developed. You're looking at 6 or 7 first-year players that played a major role, and against a tough tough schedule, this team got better and better each time out. Then, of course, I'll never forget Jen Jenkins' header to win the game against St. Thomas in the conference final.
I got a great memory this year of Heather Rogers in general. I mean, her play the entire season was great. I mean, here's a player that comes in thinking she's going to play in the field at NSU. We have a goalkeeper injury go down right before the first game. Who steps into the goal? Heather Rogers, and does a fine job there. Then she makes it back to play in her field position as a defender, and she's a defender who's actually a midfielder who's a forward. She's scoring goals. She's running all around. Her hustle and bustle, really, the rest of the team feeds off that.
Yeah, I do believe they look at Heather, and you look at someone like that who's always on the go. I mean, she's going hard after every ball. She'll knock people down. I mean, she'll do whatever it takes to win, and I think they did feed off her, and it helped the team a lot get more aggressive.
Well, women's soccer, they had a lot of adversity this year, Pat. But when they look back onto this year, that adversity is also going to make it for a year to remember for women's soccer.
I think one of the things that I need to look at when I look back at the '97 season are the number of injuries and a lot of the adversities. Because of those injuries that we overcame to win a conference title, I think that it took a lot of guts.
And when I look back on the season down the road, I'm going to see a group of people thrown together. And our goalkeeper was knocked unconscious, and that finally brought us together as a team. We finally began to care about each other and care what happened to each other.
The most memorable moment will be when our goalie got knocked out unconscious. That was the most scariest time of my life as being part of a team. And but thank God she recovered. And the second thing is winning conference. That was a feeling I've never felt before. That strong and intense.
The thing I remember most from this season, I think, is beating St. Thomas in the conference finals and the goal that I saved during that game.
I think what I'm going to remember most about our season this year is going to be how well we clicked, how much we got along, how much fun we had. There's so many memories that you build every year, but there's always one or two things that always stand out in your mind, and this year is just full of a lot of them, and I don't know, I'm never going to forget the girls. I'm not going to forget what we did and how much fun we had.
When we first started, I remember doing drills, and the girls really couldn't do them, and then towards the end we came together so well. It was incredible. We started playing good together on the team. And then another time we had a couple girls, and they were our little angels, and they ran all practice, and after that our team just came together great.
To come in as a freshman and win conferences and actually have the opportunity to go to regionals and do well, and hopefully next year we'll make it further and I'll experience even more.
What I remember this year is that being a freshman, I was really excited to be playing on a college team. I got the opportunity to start, which I was really happy about. While I played, I got 3 yellow cards. I wish I had gotten more. And I just had a really good time. The girls we were like a family. We had a really good time.
Volleyball, also a team that a lot of unique situations themselves, Pat. Embry-Riddle, first of all, a great match in the Florida Sun Conference semifinals, but we lose in 5, but 2-hour and 40-minute marathon. And then, of course, there's the 2 tournaments that Nova Southeastern finishes undefeated in each one and comes in 5th and 3rd. So just, lots of things to remember.
Yeah, we still haven't figured those out.
Not at all.
When I look back, I'll think of Michelle Mertens and her great, outstanding offensive play. I mean, kills per game, hitting percentage. She was consistently ranked in the NAIA top 5 in those offensive categories. She had a great, great year.
When I look back on this year, Pat, I'm going to look back on, I don't remember the date now, so don't hold me to this, but early on in the season, the Knights are 8-8. They're in the Palm Beach Atlantic Invitational Tournament that we finished 5th in, okay? And they're going up against Clearwater Christian, and the Knights said, oh, we're going to spank them in and out. This is going to be a nothing type of match. And lo and behold, Clearwater Christian beats the Knights 10-15 the first one. And I'm thinking to myself, well, this is the match that's going to make or break the Knights this year. If they end up losing this one, because they could have let down, but they didn't. They end up winning. They win the next 3 in convincing fashion, and that turns around the season for NSU.
It sure did. They went on to win 18 of their last 20 after that game that you just spoke of.
Oh, yeah, they were strong.
Yeah, they finished the season on fire.
Well, this is a team, they had a lot of fun this year, Pat. I mean, there was the graveyard in Georgia. There was the Shaving Queen fights and everything. Let's face it, women's volleyball themselves, they have a lot of memories to pick from.
The things I remember most about the season is getting a new coach, also in the tournaments in the beginning, losing Katie with an ankle sprain, and now towards the end of the season losing Michelle for a few games, and Heather and I with ankle sprains, just the injuries. Also road trips with the freshman initiation with the shaving cream fights.
What I'll remember most is probably the shaving cream fight for freshman initiation in Georgia, running around the hotel, screaming, waking everybody up, and then having Max throw a handful of whipped cream, shaving cream, in my face, and I was blind for about an hour.
I'm going to remember the shaving cream fight we had in Georgia. It was mass chaos. We got Mike Laderman pretty good, all over his clothes, in his bed, on his pillows.
When I look back, I'm going to remember all, the good memories that we had going to different tournaments, being on a 12-game streak, just remembering all the good times, coming to practice early.
I think I'm going to remember the most this season, the trip to Georgia with the girls and the major shaving cream fight and the Orajel and a couple of people's toothbrushes, Michael Laderman. But besides that, I'll never forget waking up at 5:55 in the morning and coming sluggish into practice, working really hard. And I'm also never going to forget the seniors. I think that I bonded really well this year with them, and I became not just teammates with them, but close friends.
To start, it would be getting a new coach and how much of a shock it was to all of us. We weren't expecting it, and it came as a real quick surprise, a welcome surprise. Though we were very happy with Charyl, and a lot of changes came in, and changes that we needed, and a lot of hard work. Next would probably be the fact that we had such a small team, and core had to really work hard. Didn't have a lot of breaks for those that were on the court, and we just had to be consistent. We couldn't attempt to break down in any one moment.
This year's team, I'm going to remember most about freshman initiation in LaGrange, Georgia tournament. A lot of fun, a lot of shaving cream, a lot of laughing, a lot of cleanup. That's what I'm going to remember most.
Great success stories at women's volleyball, men's soccer, women's soccer. Pat, we got cross country too. Another great year for the runners.
They did have a great year. Under first-year coaches Alan Platt and Stacy Mashner were sending 4 runners to nationals. Chris Hannon won the men's individual Florida Sun Conference title. Arik Chellew, Marne Graden, and Alyson Dion.
And they've been there before, haven't they?
Alyson Dion's going back for her 2nd year, and Marne and Chris are going back for their 3rd consecutive year.
So great experience for cross country. You know, I wish we knew what would have happened for them, but again, with the taping, we're not going to know. Let's look ahead though instead of looking back now. Next year, not just cross country, but also the soccer teams and volleyball. What does 98-99 have to bring to this?
I would think we should have a great year in men's and women's soccer. You got a lot of players coming back, especially women's soccer, very young team. Men's soccer, you got the bulk and the heart of the team coming back, and I'm sure Coach Delgado's going to bring in some good recruits. Women's volleyball, we're going to lose the heart of the team, so I think that the recruits that come in are going to have big shoes to fill.
Pat, only 9 more months until we get going for these sports yet again at Nova Southeastern. But hey, we don't need to wait 9 months for men's basketball. We're talking about it next on NSU SportsBeat.
Not supporting your pregnant partner may cause problems your unborn baby may have to live with the rest of its life. Remember, men have babies too.
In a recent worldwide educational test, the United States didn't rank first or second
Taiwan,
or even third.
Switzerland,
It seems while the rest of the world raised their educational standards,
Scotland, Slovenia,
we didn't.
Spain,
So we came in 14th.
the United States.
And 14th is no place for our kids to be. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE, and we'll give you lots of ways to help our kids move forward again.
Hey, it's time for round 2 of NSU SportsBeat. Santa Mike Laderman still back with the jolly, Dr. Pat Feely. Dr. Pat, men's basketball season underway now. Let's talk a little bit of men's hoops. It's a great season so far.
Off to a 3-0 start on the early season. Big win over Florida Christian, 92-18.
A mighty win. We dominated them. Matter of fact, we ended up that game with the #1 defense in the nation, I think.
Great display of team defense. But seriously, that isn't really indicative of how good this team is going to be.
The following week was.
Yes. Going up to the Weber Invitational Tip-Off Tournament, coming out of there, the champions of that tournament against a tough St. Thomas team that we beat in the first round, and then Florida Memorial in the championship game.
This really is a good team looking into this season, isn't it, Pat?
And you look early on, you're getting production from everyone. The freshmen played some quality minutes in the tournament and did well. The big men really have been the story so far. Robert Robinson, the MVP of the Weber tournament. Sherard Hernandez on the first team.
Well, we spoke to Mac Daddy, Tony McAndrews, and the rest of the Knights, and you know, they're thinking of a quick start, which has them talking about a strong finish.
The importance of the 3-0 start, it takes a little pressure off us, and I think we're going to do well when we come into the conference play because we got a good start, and we're going to start flowing and playing better, so I think it's great.
We got off to a great start. We're all playing with a lot of confidence. I think going into the end of our season, conference play, we'll be strong, play with a lot of confidence, and we're all looking forward to it.
I think the quick start will help us in the end of the season because some of the teams we beat are in our conference, and those other teams will play later in the season. And since we beat them, we know we can compete with them. We can play good against them.
And I feel that that we're going to have a good team. We're making some progress now. I think we've got some experience in the front line, some depth there. We've got definite strength at the point guard and Jeff Payanis, and now with Andy Platt coming in, giving us a good backup. And now what we've got to try and do is just work on some of the things that kind of haunted us all last year, not taking care of the basketball and being inconsistent at times on offense, and not being a little bit tougher inside defensively and the weak side and post defense and on penetration. So as we continue to work on those things, I think we'll continue to be a better and better team.
When talking about men's basketball, you got to talk about the big men. And Pat, Nova Southeastern University has some great big men on its men's basketball team.
We do indeed. You look inside, you've got Robert Robinson, Sherard Hernandez, and Charlie Mason. All those guys are right around between 6'6" and 6'8". And bringing Cullen Still off the bench, he's about 6'9". So we've got probably the tallest team in the conference.
And what about talent-wise? I mean, you look at the other teams in the Florida Sun Conference, not many match up talent-wise like our big three that start out there.
No, they can't. You got Charlie Mason runs the floor really well. You get Robert Robinson down underneath. He's got moves that you can't really defend. And then Sherard Hernandez, you know, he's probably already right now in the top 5 in field goal percentage. He just doesn't miss from in close.
Well, last year, Pat, was a great grooming year for the Knights. I mean, it was a year that they had a chance to showcase their talent, so to speak. This year is a chance for the Knights big men to flex their muscle.
I feel, you know, the importance of our big men, you know, on our front line. I really think that, you know, we have one of the best front lines. It's just a fact. From last year, they couldn't handle our big men, and now we got a year of lifting weights and getting to know each other and getting to know each other's games. That there's no one in the conference that can touch our big men.
We do have a pretty good front line, and I think that if we're all playing and we're all healthy, I don't think there's any team that can stop us.
You know, our big guys are going to be very important to us this year. We probably have, I think collectively, one of the best front lines in our conference. And we have some size in there. We have some strength. You know, Robert is very strong inside and has been in our program second year now, and Sherrod's just a very smart player and communicates well for a big guy. And Charlie has some athletic ability and is a good offensive rebounder and can really jump easily. And Cullen's gotten a lot better. So we've got, in those 4 guys, we've got some depth. We've got some fouls to spread around. We can rest some people and play harder and stronger in our periods of play.
Great year so far for the men's basketball team. Overall, playing very good. The big men playing just like we knew they would. But, Pat, it's the next month or so, which is going to show what direction this team's heading in.
It will. Tony McAndrews has put together a tough early season schedule. You've got Siena Heights, one of the top NAIA teams in the country year in and year out. Throw together some Division II teams, Lynn, Barry, Eckerd. Tough early season schedule.
I'll tell you, we have a tough schedule also for the home games, but we hope to see a lot of people out there at the BCC George Mime Gymnasium. And we also hope that you'll stick around for 2 more minutes where, after this commercial break, we're going to have our holiday gift list right after this on NSU Sports Beat.
I'm going to give you something to scream about. Get over here. Get up. I can't. I'm talking to you. Get up. I can't. Stop crying. You're asking for it again.
For information about how you can help stop domestic violence, call us.
Your first time as a junior achievement elementary school volunteer can be a little scary. Can you get kids that young to think about their futures? Call us about volunteering, and you'll see. We'll supply you with training for this new program, and the kids will supply plenty of motivation.
1, 2, 1, 2. Larry, you know, this simple exercise can help you stay healthy, which keeps medical costs down.
But you gotta do it every day, Vince. Or you'll get out of shape fast.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Hey, it's time for round 3 of NSU Sports Beat. Santa Michael Laderman still here with the jolly Dr. Pat Feely. And jolly Dr. Pat, 'tis the season to be jolly, so let's start handing out some of those special NSU Sports Beat gifts that we have.
To Athlete Services Coordinator Bev Young, we're going to get golf cart driving lessons.
Hey, to Bev Welker and her husband Dan, some trophies for their square dancing.
To Tom Burke and Dustin Phillips, tennis and golf coaches, we're going to get maps of the Southeast so they can find their way to all those exciting locales they'll be traveling to this season.
Hey, cross-country coach Al Platt, he's going to get an organizer from me because Lord knows his inbox can use it.
Basketball coach Tony McAndrews, 2 more games against Florida Christian.
To Robin Hamler, a donut. And to Corey Johnson, somebody else to buy the donuts every now and then.
And soccer coach Frankie Delgado, let's get him a door for his office so we don't have to listen to him and he doesn't have to listen to us.
Hey, to volleyball player and softball player Sherri Waddell, roaches this big.
Felipe Suarez, John Hassel, and the rest of the pitching staff, we're going to get him a portalette for the bullpen.
And the soccer player Jen Wiggins can't help but get her a face mask and some Tylenol because Lord knows she can use it after this year.
And Brian Bino Taylor, men's basketball, we're going to get him a head of hair.
Pat, you gotta love the holidays, and Lord knows the Nova family does indeed love those holidays. And hey, here are some holiday wishes from that Nova family to you.
Yes, I'd like to send some holiday greetings out to all our supporters and fans for all the sports here at Nova Southeastern University.
I want to extend holiday greetings to my whole soccer team, to my coaches, and to my family. Merry Christmas.
I want to send out greetings to my family in Peru. I wish I could be there with them now, but I probably won't be going until next May. I hope they spend Christmas all together united, and I'm sure we'll probably be talking over the phone.
Yeah, I'd like to extend all these holiday wishes, especially to my family, Olivia Quintana, Victor Quintana, my two brothers Christian and Victor. And although I know this is not aired in Ecuador or Peru, as Billy Ramos thinks so, extend my holiday wishes to my family in Ecuador as well. And then definitely I'd like to extend some wishes here for my NSU family, coaches, Corey Johnson, Frankie Delgado, Johnny Ramos, and all the other extended family that I have here at NSU.
For this holiday season, I would like for my sister to get into a great college, hopefully here, and for my parents to be happy and all my friends and family to get everything that they want for Christmas.
Yeah, this year I would like to wish everyone here at Nova happy holidays.
Merry Christmas to my mom. She works here in the travel agency. Merry Christmas, Mom.
You know, same old, mom, dad, family. Especially I like to thank our fans because I know this year we're going to be a very good team. And I know all of you guys are going to come out and watch us, so I like to give a holiday greetings to all our fans, and thanks.
I'd love to send holiday wishes to all my friends at Nova and my family and friends back home in Kentucky.
A special holiday greeting to my my buddies in the office, Rafi Wynn and Dr. Pat Feely, as you all know him on the show, as my two illustrious lunch partners. I wish them nothing but special holiday greetings and a very happy Hanukkah and a happy New Year and Merry Christmas and all those other good terms and charms that are used during the holidays.
Yeah, I wish my grandma the best of health for next year. I wish that I can see my father, and I wish my mom all the best luck with work.
Yeah, I'd like to make a special shout out to all the fans, the ladies. That's about it right now.
I'd like to say happy holidays to all my coworkers, both at University School and at the athletic office. And happy holidays to my parents and my family in upstate New York who can't see this broadcast, but I know they miss me anyway. Thanks.
Holiday wishes definitely to the coaches, all the players that been there for me, 24 hours with me. I've loved the season. The staff from Nova Athletic Department, and all my friends that are around me. You know, Merry Christmas, all you guys too in the back row. Yeah, you too. All right, thank you.
Holiday wishes to my whole family in New York, my sisters on the soccer team, yeah, and my coaches, Merry Christmas, and the trainers too.
Well, obviously I'd like to wish holiday greetings to all of our parents of our players and our fans and people at the university and the community, and extend to them a healthy, happy holidays, and certainly if they've got some time over the holidays, we've got some games. Matter of fact, if you're not doing something New Year's Eve early, we have a game that night, which provokes everybody in our department, but we're going to do that. But nonetheless, I hope they have a safe and happy holiday season.
Okay, what I want to do for Christmas is go home and see my family and have a good meal with them. And I'd like to extend greetings to my best friend, my mom and dad, and to my soccer partner, Helena.
Bah, humbug.
Hey, that was your NSU SportsBeat holiday calendar, and this was your holiday NSU SportsBeat show. On behalf of myself, Michael Laderman, the good Dr. Pat Feely, Dina, Steve, and the rest of the NSU entire SportsBeat gang, happy holidays to all, and to all, be good.